I first discovered the term manifestation about 2 years ago when Lavender posted it on her channel. And I can't remember whether I watched the video in detail or not, but I remember walking away from it just thinking that it was woo-woo. Something to be thrown into the woo-woo bag of astrology readings, tarot cards, and crystal magic. To me, manifesting just seemed like you made a wish, threw it out into the universe, and then just hoped for the best. This didn't sit well with me because it just sounded like you were relying on luck and fate to give you something, whether it be money, whether it be friends, or getting that big mansion, when you should really be putting in the hard yard to make it happen. It was only until earlier this year that I stumbled upon Jen Sincero's "You Are a Badass at Making Money." In this book, she uses the word manifest repeatedly, 22 times in fact, and in her other novel, "You Are a Badass," she uses it a whopping 55 times. I thought it was just an interesting word choice. How was I supposed to manifest wealth as opposed to making wealth? After reading her book, I decided to put things to the test by manifesting an extra $1,000 that month. I was planning to move out around that time, so I figured if I could create an extra $1,000, then at least it would cover majority of my rent and my lifestyle wouldn't have to change too much. I printed out a picture of a beautiful looking home that I'd love to move into, even though it was likely we'd move into an apartment because this was something Josh really wanted. What a great girlfriend. I wrote down my goal and stuck it to my computer monitor where I could see it every day. And lastly, I can't remember whether this idea came from Jen Sincero's book or Sugar Mama's videos on YouTube about manifesting money, or if it's something that just came to me, but I decided to write down anything that happened that was related to my goal of making an extra $1,000 that month. I'm not gonna lie, there were some unusual things that happened. Sales of my ebook surged for no apparent reason at all. I hadn't done any extra marketing, and it wasn't generally a time when students tended to buy more study guides. Out of the blue, I got word that my home loan's interest rate had dropped, meaning that I wouldn't have to put out as much money each month. And while this wasn't necessarily extra money that I had made, I still thought that the savings could contribute to manifesting that extra $1,000. The most bizarre manifestation was that I got mail from my local council about a parking ticket I'd gotten over 5 years ago, telling me that they had made a mistake and that included a check for $79. Dude, when does that ever happen? Woo-woo things aside, throughout the month, I came to realize that manifestation is more of a mindset. When you want to manifest something, you're not just saying you want it and then forgetting about it. You're quite literally turning on a pathway in your brain that keeps your eyes peeled for opportunities that you otherwise wouldn't have noticed. Manifestation actually has scientific foundations. When you want to manifest something, you switch on your reticular pathway in the brain, which primes you to see things. So, when you put out into the universe that you want to make an extra $1,000 that month, you'll start to see opportunities in front of you that you would have missed previously. Hey, how have you been? It's been a while since we've last talked.
Yeah, I've started this lifestyle business. It's doing great. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good, just the usual.
Hey, I think it'd be really cool if you joined me in on this business. You can make heaps of money.
Oh,
Basically, anytime you recruit a new person to sell this product, you make money.
that sounds kind of cool. Let's have a coffee. I'd love to hear more about this. I'm kidding. Please don't join pyramid schemes, and I hope nobody from so-called pyramid scheme is watching this video because I don't want them to kill me. But going back to manifestation, that's why I started to notice the little things that happened in this month that contributed to my manifestation of money. Like when I noticed 5 cents on the ground. And yes, I picked it up, don't judge me. But more importantly, I started to take up manifestation opportunities wherever I could. I had a dance pass that I couldn't use anymore because I'd sprained my ankle. So I put it out there into the universe, i.e. Facebook, to see if anybody wanted it, and I eventually made $115 off it. That's an extra $115 that I wouldn't have otherwise had. When one of my tutoring students cancelled her class, I asked my other students if they wanted an extra session, and they said yes. And because they were a group class, it actually meant that I ended up making more money than if I had taken my original class with my one student. So, I'm sure you're all wondering, did I make the extra $1,000 that month? I did. I can now say that I am a believer of manifestation. Perhaps not in a let's just go to the lottery and buy a ticket and see what happens kind of way, but more in a I'm gonna prime my brain and notice the opportunities that may await me kind of way. One last thing, you might be wondering, how is manifestation different from goals? I think that they overlap. So a lot of people make goals, but they set and forget them, especially New Year's resolutions. So they create these goals, but they don't execute on them. But when you've got manifestation paired with goals, you're not only telling yourself what it is that you want to achieve, but you're helping yourself by opening yourself up to the opportunities that present themselves while you're on your way to this goal. And yes, I wrote that down because I wanted to make sure I said it word for word. In the past, I've always disregarded woo-woo concepts like manifestation because I just saw it as trusting the universe. But I see things a little differently now. I've been able to find the middle ground between science, which has been able to explain it, and the rest of it is simply just awaiting the opportunities for when they present themselves. I hope this video was insightful for you. I think the main takeaway here is to not necessarily disregard topics or concepts that just don't make sense to you at first but make sense to other people. For me, it's been a big changing point and it's opened me up to learning more about things that might be woo-woo, and although I might not still necessarily just trust the universe, I think by learning about them and pulling them into my own foundations and my own knowledge, say for example with the science, it really helps me to become a better person, and there are ways to enable my self-improvement as a result. Leave your comments in the section below. Have you ever been a manifest doubtist? What? Have you ever been a manifestation pessimist or a doubter? And if so, what changed your mind? See you guys next time. Bye!